On hey YouTube, what's going on? Just wanted to update you guys on some plans I got recently, and I got a lot. So recently I went to the aquarium, the pet store near me, and I have a bunch of fry now, but my koi swordtail, I 99% confirmed it was my koi swordtail because she is skinny now. I don't really have realistically any babies in here anymore. Um, for the most part, I have either one or two in the tank, and the rest are outside of it. So they're not um they're basically outside of the tank. So they're swimming around freely outside of the net breeder, where I do have some in the net breeder right now. I did have them occasionally jump out when I did have them in the other net breeder, but I do have them in a deeper net breeder, so realistically they have the ability to swim down and or swim up. They're not uh prevented from swimming at all in any sort of circumstance. And I also got Amazon, I can't speak, Amazon frog bit, um some I think it's wisteria or something, or some sort of other feathery plant. It's not wisteria because wisteria is like the you can't float it, it dies off fast. So I got Amazon frog bit, I got some sort of floating plant that I looked up, but I had no idea what exactly it is. And then I got some Java moss. Hey, reason why I got some Java moss is because I got fry in here constantly, and I got predatory fish. If the fry one's high, or if there's a tiny little baby from a guppy or from Molly or any sort of circumstance, I want them to hide in the plants. Um, and survive in the plants, as well as if it basically oh my god, it basically enhances my guppies and endlers to experience to go on to tank more. A lot of times with Congo tetras and endlers, they do tend to eat each other. Um, Mainly the Congos. So not much. Uh, so basically, it's pretty much so these are the new plants here. That's the Amazon frog bit. That's one of my other plants up there. You can see if I zoom in the different. That's one of the other ones. Um, and this is also the Amazon frog bit. You can see how long the roots are. Um, so basically, these roots can go down to the gravel and attach themselves to the gravel. Not sure how well this is gonna work, but maybe we'll try it. So we're gonna stick with that. Um, the fry are doing amazing as well. So what basically I wanted to try is hopefully what I'm thinking here is if this uh Amazon frog bit multiplies, um then I would have to generally have the babies. Then I can get like top dwelling fish, like more endlers, etc. Um, I wouldn't per se get well, not shrimp, but like a beta I can get, because betas hide in that. I wouldn't per se put them with tetras though. Betas can be a little bit longer finned. So, when it comes to that, they don't generally do well in faster falling tanks. I tried it uh with a goldfish once, yes. Goldfish. The goldfish via the beta. I figured, that they'd be fine if I fed them. No, they did not get along too well. or for very long, for that matter. Um, the fry are doing amazing. This is like one of the only fry too that I had in this tank that did actually well. These are either swordtail fry or which I never raised, or they are Molly fry. They're a little on the smaller side from what Molly fry would be, so give or take, I'm 99% sure that they're swordtail fry because they're not gigantic. Um, and you'll generally know that as they start getting their color in. And I only have one koi swordtail in here. I don't have like any gold dust. Like I do have a gold dust small in here, but she's not that's colorful per se. So she's more of a gold. These guys do have that color too. So depending on how you know they bred, etc. That's what you would essentially um look for and like as they grow bigger. Said, hey Abby, what's up? So yeah, it's pretty much depending on what happens. Like obviously, I wanted to get mostly plants in this tank. I do plan on getting hopefully a 40 on long at some point. Maybe a little smaller, I'm not sure. Um and the reason for that is just to like increase the surface area eventually once I do get into breeding a certain strain. That's going to help as well. Is that Molly? No, that Molly is good. He's just sorry guys, I'm just checking on my female Molly. It's getting pretty big, but she's turning a little like lighter gray, so I don't know if that's a I think she's Dalmatian actually, because she does not have like that good of genes, but not sure exactly. I mean, she's getting bigger, which is good, but she's not really. I'll move this a little bit so you guys can see. Yeah, she's not really getting too big too fast. And I did feed these guys yesterday, so they are fed. Um, and I like Amazon Frog Pay. I think it's pretty cool. I hope it does better than the redwood floaters because redwood floaters were just too tiny. Um, so obviously I have to try to get water in here now without getting the frog bit wet, like the leaves and stuff. But that should be very easy to do. And it also creates more surface area for the shrimp to get biofilm off of as well. And the snails are doing amazing. I do see some uh snails occasionally that aren't just trying to look for them that are um not in their shells, which means that my basset is killing them. And I did while I was at my local pet store ask them when they get in their bassets and how often they get them in. And they get them in pretty often, so we should be able to get a male um in the near future. I might do female though. I'm not exactly sure. Um yeah, I mean, or I may do both. I have no idea. I think they're okay with I may do one male and two females, but just because of the aggression, because they hide. And I like the fact that there's multiple fish in here and multiple fish in here hide in those areas. Um, like for example, I have a um driftwood. Oh, I also got a new driftwood, which I'm also getting into the tank tonight as well. Um, so uh I'll probably add the driftwood on the other side, where the other plants are. Um, let's see what else is going on. So I added the Bass and Bassett Basset, yeah, that's the name of the fish. I had no idea why. Um, and it was doing very well, and it's the reason why I have multiple snails in here. So if you guys see pest snails, that's why. My Congo tetras eat the pest snails, as well as my Venus Aries tetra, as well as the basset. I'm hoping to A, either get a hybrid, or B, get a female guppy or something like that, because I definitely want to breed the Endler strain. But I don't want to mix like I don't want to create a hybrid gene, so I gotta find out where I can get an Endler female. Um, which I do have places that could do that. So that's not the worst thing in the world, but that probably won't be until July. Got some stuff going on between now and July, so unfortunately we're not gonna be able to add too many new fish in here because of that. Um it does every time you add fish in here too, it freaks out the Congo tetras, and I don't wanna like add fish in here, then break the tank down and then move everything. So yeah. Especially with that stress. I need I would literally love to actually catch every shrimp in this tank as well and see how many shrimp I have. It's gonna be harder to do that because the amount of shrimp that I have in here right now. But or I can just like net them all and do it that way. I might do it that way too because they are pretty quick. Uh, and it's less aggression on them too. Um, Also, I think I told you guys this before as well. I do have some rare strains of Endlers in my tank right now. That is I think they said it was a zebra something, or platinum something, or I'll post the names of the and letters in the pictures later tonight. I don't know the exact strain, but the silver one that I have is a rare strain, as well as the other one that I have is also a rare strain. And what's pretty funny is like these Congo tetras have only killed a guppy on me opportunistically. They haven't hunted down, as far as I know. They just killed it opportunistically and were hungry. They don't seem to bother these settlers, so I think I'm good with that. Um, what I may do as well is possibly wait until these Molly swordtails get bigger. I do have my uh what's the name of it? Venezuelan quarry too. That does have a fin now. So its fin came back as well as its whiskers. So now it's able to find food. He loves swimming around. I don't know exactly how long, obviously, okay, if the fish is being shipped in a bag and it's used to a bag, it's not necessarily going to freak out. It's the fact that, okay, if you have the fish out during the transportation process or during that's when your fish is going to most likely stress out. Although I wouldn't push it over, I think 1 hour, because of the fact that these things can poison the water and poison their teammates as well. If they do get stressed, they tend to release poison, and that ends up killing them, which I never knew, but that seems to be of all corridors catfish, which is pretty interesting, honestly. And there goes my quarry. Um, so yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't. Well, the good thing is as well. I do have a balloon Molly that is not really balloony, which is good. So it's a gold dust, or yeah, it's a gold dust probably Balloon Molly, I'm guessing is what the genetics are because you can see the tiny dots on her. Um, she's kind of bred with the antlers, so but not really. That's not her. This is her right here. So the antlers have been interested in this girl, but that was my older antler that unfortunately I can't find right now. Thinking it passed from something. I'm not sure what it was though. But look how big these Congo tetras are, and look how good that uh Java Moss looks with that. That's a beautiful fish. I love the weird looking tail too with the extensions. Uh, and I got two black neon tetras in here too. Saved one of them because one of them actually jumped out of my tank or jumped out of the bag when I was trying to dump water out of there, and the fish ended up getting um a what is it called uh mound of fish mucus on it, like the way like our body heals, their body heals with like the mucus that they have, and if they're trying to heal a cut or damaged fin, the cut will actually or the cut will actually be covered in that fish slime, and that fish slime will look like ick occasionally, or a brown version of ick or something like that. I didn't do anything when that happened. I just fed him and, made sure it was okay. And I used Google AI mode, I think, and they said that would go away within a couple days, and it did. So, um, that is also pretty cool. I just love this tank. I am doing so much, and I literally want to add in another Tetra too. Like, I want to add more Amazon Tetras and possibly a black shirt. I'm debating on other fish. Once these fish start breeding, and once I have a breeding setup with the fish, with the mollies, I'm definitely going to not get more because of the aggression. Um, not between each molly, but just for the fact that they can be a little aggressive every time you add a fish. It stress out the Congo tetras, so adding multiple of mollies would stress out anything as well. I've added in, I think, uh endless strains. I've added in anything, in those mollies constantly want to reconfigure their pecking order. I do plan on definitely putting in here, if I lose, okay, so if I lose my female, I would feel bad, honestly, if I was to bring this female back to a pet store and get a yellowtail Congo Tetra. So I'm going to leave her in here. She's doing so well with the Beanie Stairs Tetra, as well as the Congo Tetras that I have in here, that I don't want to change anything with that. And if I do get a Yellowtail Congo Tetra, um, then that might be a bit more aggressive than they're gonna do their pecking order thing, which they naturally do. But I mean, this is one of the rare antlers that I have right here, next under the Molly. Pretty fish. And there's one other one I gotta find too. He's up here. That's another rare one. I think it's called a zebra or snake skin something, or something like that, or a cobra skin something, cobra zebra, something like that. And there's my best and best. He constantly does that, guys. So you constantly go here and chill. I never seen him eat anything though, which is kind of good. Oh, he just, I think he just eats something, but look at the color on this guy, guys. I saw him like, yeah, would this do well? And Honestly, I would prefer these guys over Rams. I mean, look at the color on him. He's got like bluish fins, bluish tinted fins and stuff like that, which is really pretty. Um, yes, I mean, I wouldn't change this tank at all either. I mean, I would love to have less snails in here, but I gotta feed this guy, and if I don't feed him, like he doesn't naturally eat flake food. So if I was to take more snails out, it would be hard to find uh hard for him to find food. Um but my jumbo pair definitely paired off as well. So they're trying to breed. I do have a male that is going after these smaller females occasionally. My mutt Molly is still in here. She is a plain Dalmatian female that is very young. I can't wait until she gets much bigger. She's gonna look great in this tank. Um, and I tend to do that occasionally. My swordtail loves eating the frog bit. Okay, but I'm definitely gonna get a male of the swordtails if those aren't. I'm gonna do like so much here. Um, I definitely want to go into breeding live bears. I love seeing the babies. Like that's one of the things that like my friends and I love doing is having baby fish constantly in my tanks. Unfortunately, I had to work for it this time, but I do have some sort of fry. I'm excited to see them grow up and see what colors they are, even if they are mollies. I mean, as long as the male is smaller than my current male, then they should be fine. If it does get bigger, maybe rehoming, maybe not. Um, but yeah, once they start pairing off, once I have a strain, um, I definitely will um do something about that. And the Java Moss is going to increase in size. That's natural, but it also hides. If it covers the bottom around like the leaves and everything, like I'm fine with that because the fact is the fry love hiding in that and stuff like that. Let's see what else I have in here. Oh, as a baby snail, man. It's a tiny little thing. Occasionally too, I will see baby shrimp in here, which is so cute. When I have been in here occasionally, or I'm looking somewhere and there's a baby shrimp that just shows up. Those do really well. Oh, she's like blue. That's cool. But yeah, so I'm gonna definitely do a word change tonight with this tank, and hopefully try to um not get anything wet inside the aquarium. Like the new plants and everything. I don't see anything new. And what I want to do as well, like I don't mind like if this whole tank just gets covered in Amazon frog bait. That's usually better as well. Um, and I'm gonna try and keep it above the filter as well, so it doesn't um get pushed underwater and then constantly. Right now it's staying stationary, so it's pretty big, but when being serious, Tetra is cool too. Yeah, but apparently, they're fighting over the female, but the female isn't getting pregnant. Which is good. I gotta do some research on that as well. I would love to eventually breed egg-laying fish and have them lay eggs and stuff like that. But you have to take them out of the tank. You have to know when they're pregnant. Whereas like mollies, you can just, a second. Does he have some sort of? He might have a little bit of tail damage, but that's okay. Um, So, and I did add some rocks. I don't know if I showed you guys some natural rocks as well for more biofilm. I did try to change the tank up occasionally. The white rocks under that are from the original. um time I got the second time I got more gravel for his tank. So and the whatever this plant's called is doing pretty well too. I plan to put a couple around there if I could possibly find another one like that. I might put it over there, but or I might just like do the way it's doing, and as long as like these mollies stay outside and the babies stay outside and stuff like that, should have no issues whatsoever. As my Congo Tetra. Um, if you guys have any questions as well, please put them in the comments below. I do overfeed that's what I was gonna talk about as well. So having fry in your tank. So here's what I think. Here's why I'm having so much luck with endlers and Congo Tetras. So Congo Tetras are opportunistic and they do tend to go after your fry or smaller fish if they get hungry. Now, I left mine one day. They didn't kill anything. They didn't murder anything. Mine are more docile, I guess, when it comes to their opportunistic wants and needs, whereas other Congos may be a little more aggressive. But mine seem to be pretty relaxed and calm. And I literally go to a pet store and the guy says like literally you're just buying to feed your Congos. I'm like, no, mine are literally doing fine. They're not, getting killed or anything. And the reason why is because I feed this tank every day and I overfeed them to actually give the Congos something to. Is that the older one? Wait. I think no, that's not the old. Okay, wait. Where's the? Okay, I think I have the. Do I have the older one in here? No, the older one I have rounder one. And a lot of times too, when it comes to hybrids, they do tend to live a little shorter lifespan due to their hybridness. Hybridness, duh. Um, so they won't live as long. Whereas if you have like Endlers or a natural strain, they tend to live Um, a little longer, but that's not true for every fish breeder as well. That's the individual fish. I tend to have a love now for jumbo mollies as well as sanke, koi, swordtails as well. I'm might plan on doing swordtails eventually. Not sure. Like I'm not sure. Like I'm gonna leave this thing the way it is now. But I don't know if I'll eventually switch to like koi swordtails, and stick with a breeding tank of fish. Problem with that is every female you add, males are gonna want to breed, and then you get multiple fry every 30 days. So every 30 days, you would have to go to the pet store, see if they can take them and or give them away, and that can lead to not aggression, but you know, uh, fishing fish kind of thing. So, I mean, while it is good to have, also something really cool is with Congo Tetras, like you can see right here, like if I were to zoom in, this guy, so this guy right here is the dominant one out of the two males. And you can see that because of the fact that his colors are more pronounced on top. Whereas this guy isn't as colorful. Now you could think that they're the same color. If you zoom out though, look at the amount of color. He's more dull. This one's more colorful. And I don't and you can also see like if you have basically two Congos in the tank, right? And you have two males. Well, or how the way that I have it. Um, Males will have nips in their fins, so a lot of the times when people add constant amount of fish in their tanks, and let's say a fish dies, you get new fish. These mollies, these congos will definitely fight all the time, no matter what fish you add. Um, Besides probably anything that's from the tank itself, depending on how well they can see it in the net breeder and or anything else. If you do add, like, I fry in my tank, they're used to the fry. But when they get bigger, they look different, so they're gonna want to nip again. Um, and they're really cool too. Like they act like like a bass would attacking a baby fish. So like they're really cool. They don't like this is the only thing that I would probably keep in my tank that I know no matter what this fish is gonna eat. So like meaning the fish is not gonna die. The fish is gonna live on a healthy life because they have a dominance eating wise or feeding. Um, and it's really cool too to see like that you can literally tell like which one is the dominant one, which one is not. Um, and I guess it's cool to have a hierarchy thing, but it's really cool as well because if you have all females, they're not going to be this aggressive. Um, the males tend to always fight as well, so they'll spar with each other, but rarely any damage happens. And honestly, it could be, from the male combat, but my Buenos Aires Tetra is doing great. And they're supposed to be in a tank with each other. And like what I did, which was really cool, this guy said, like, literally, yeah, they'll be fine. This guy was aggressive for a week, calm down. I didn't realize it until a couple months later because or a month later because I figured, oh, it's going to be aggressive, whatever, right? So these things are beating up on each other. They're doing whatever. Then this guy turns docile, and I'm like, what the heck? Like, literally, I mean, he'll go after fish, but he won't like nip anything. The Congo Tetras in the sense of things are the boss. While he is kind of skittish, he does come up for food. He does, stay with other fish as well. So if you had hey, I'm Bubble Tag Dick, what's up? Um, so if you do have the ability to get Congo Tetras and Venus Aires Tetras, this does tend to work very well for me. I don't know if it's gonna work for you, but it definitely does work for me as well. Oh, they're showing off of each other now. That's cool. Oh, got a little love there. Female. And the guy actually thought this was a male. Or you might have thought no, he thought this guy was a male because he didn't know if it was gonna grow another fin or not. Because it was so pretty. I'm like, yeah, that's female. And I was like confused too because I didn't own it. I never owned a swordtail or um whatever you call it. I forgot the name of it. Koi swordtail. But so I never owned one like Senke, yeah, Senke sword or yeah, I think it's the Senke swordtail. So I never knew, how well it's gonna do and whatnot. Swordtails compared to mollies are like between I would say it's between a molly and a guppy. It's like that in between fish. Like you have the aggression, but you don't have like the insane aggression where these guys aren't going to kill anything. Um, I do think of this as well. Like, you know, if you have with post something Mexicana, I think, or not the Mexican Molly, but the let me see what the name is for these guys. I think it has a long scientific name. I think it's Mexicana, but which is a Mexico Molly, but I have no idea. Essentially, let me check. What is? Oh, and I gotta tell you something as well. So this is leading up to why I also want to tell you guys. Give me 1 second. I'm literally almost typing the name. Not Liberty Science. There we go. So I would not. So if you had also I had Chica. What the heck is Chica? What the heck is that? Let's see. Dwarf Molly. Okay, so that's not the model you need. So what I would suggest doing as well, is with Molly's. This is where I had issues. Um, which is not with everybody, but it is occasionally. Let me see if I can go back. Uh, let's see. Trying to look for the nickname guys. Give me 1 second. Because this is really cool as well, and I do. It's harder to raise mollies, but I'll explain why as well. But why it's a benefit also. So it is Postalaya. Let's see, where is the Salvatore's? There we go. So I would never. I tried this once, and they beat up everything. These things would beat up baby, younger fish from other genuses, including the black belly lemia, uh, and they would beat up catfish. They would beat up. I've seen them on guppies too, so they are ruthless when it comes to breeding fish. So, like when it comes to breeding them, they are ruthless. So you definitely need one male to three females, or four, five females technically, because they're one male is so aggressive. Um, and I would not honestly. I would consider them a community tank, but definitely in larger numbers. So larger female numbers versus less male numbers. So, and with what I highly suggest to do with mollies as well, which I learned over breeding them several times and failing and succeeding with the black Postalias spinouts, which is the black molly. Um, what I learned was basically the mollies will pick their female, but you can pick, any giant female you want. Um, but what you don't want to do is mixed breeds. So a lot of times with mollies, especially the wild ones, they will get aggressive and they will beat up on other fish. So this tiny little molly, 1 inch, 2 inch molly, is going to be aggressive to everything else. Now, I mean, if you wanted to, you could try to fit it in with like a jumbo molly, so like a jumbo white molly, self and jumbo. I do plan on getting one of those as well. It depends. Like if this, what I may do as well is switch my males out. So if the jumbo dies, I do have another plan to try a sailfin with this goldless molly as well. Both of them seem pretty young, honestly, but they do seem old enough to breed, so it pretty much depends. Um, but like I don't want to make this male insanely aggressive either, so that's why I'm gonna wait probably. Uh, let's see what I'm on here. But yeah, don't because you're gonna run into issues. Don't mix Postalaya I'd Hypena and personalized spin-offs with the Liberty Mollies. If you do plan to do that, definitely make them female dependent, which means one male to multiple females. I wouldn't do any more than one male. They do well, but having one male would also mean like I've seen my female go after um uh like catfish as well and anything that's in their territory. So they're territory dependent, they're female dependent, they're a lot more aggressive, so you definitely have to be on top of them and what they go after, what they don't. So I mean, and the payoff is they are hardy as crap. The amount of mollies I've lost due to water quality due to water changes compared to the amount of guppies is very slim. I think I lost like three mollies so far. One from like um aggression, another one from a water conditions and parasites, which is Pecco pretty much because of the fact that most of their mollies are come overseas and stuff like that. So when you get the fish, it is not able to adapt to fresh water or unsalted water per se. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next time.